Good afternoon. I'm Pratapsinh Gaekwad and welcome to another episode of the Buggy Khana. So today it's the bikes that we're going to take you guys through. I have with me the founder of the Goa
Riding Club.
Riding Club. He also happens to be a relative of mine, husband to my niece, and he's the expert who's actually going to take us through this. So welcome to Buggy Khana.
Thank you.
There's a big collection of bikes. Obviously, we can't cover all of them. But which ones are you most attracted to?
Well, honestly, I would be most attracted to something which is really rare to find.
Yeah.
And I got my eyes on the RC8.
Definitely a very striking looking bike. You know,
Yes,
it's
definitely.
quite unusual. I haven't really seen one that looks like this. The fairings
No,
and
it's
stuff.
actually very few people across India have seen these bikes on the streets.
Right.
Because when KTM launched this bike as a demo, they had around 7 or 8 bikes pan India, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, max around 8 or 9, you can
Okay.
say. And eventually they didn't end up selling it out to the people because it was supposed to be an extremely fast bike and not manageable for Indian roads. So whatever bikes you'll find around in India, those are the demo bikes that was sold to racing enthusiasts.
So how do you define that extremely fast? What's the BHP? What's the engine size of a bike like this?
These are all liter class bikes,
Right.
1000cc plus. Thing is, KTM bikes are very, very supercharged. It's you need, and they're very lightweight, so they have a very high power to weight ratio.
Okay.
So if you compare this with the Kawasaki's, the power delivery is more linear and they're easier to handle.
Okay.
But to ride a KTM and especially something which is more than a liter class,
Right.
you need to really be having good racing skills and riding skills. A normal person will definitely fall with this bike.
Okay.
He'll end up doing multiple wheelies and he'll have a crash.
So would you say this would be defined more like a track bike?
This is absolutely a track bike. If you ride this bike in the city,
Right.
maybe in another 5 minutes you'll have a back pain.
Okay. It's that
Yeah,
extreme.
if you see the riding position, it is
Yeah.
completely aggressive.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
seat is more prone
Yeah.
for the tracks. If you see, it's completely on the lean side.
Right.
If you compare it with the Kawasaki's, they are more on the
Yeah.
comfort
They're
side.
sitting more upright.
This is a complete track engine.
Right. Would this require some special fuel?
Yes, preferably like when we go on the tracks, we use 97% octane. Though 100% is not recommended. I mean, it's recommended, but 97% octane fuel is good enough.
So special bike, like you said, extremely fast, powerful.
This is a beauty. I mean, there may be more bikes which could be visually more beautifully appealing, but this is something from the racing perspective. This is a beast.
Yeah. And very rare, right? Limited numbers
Very
in
rare to
India.
find. Very rare
Yeah.
to find these beauties nowadays.
If you want to buy one, you basically can't.
You'll need to find one to buy one.
So the same owner has these bikes as well.
Oh yes, this is a collector's bike. I don't think you'll find more than 2 or 3 in India.
Right.
This is a VFR 400.
So I must say,
The
Joey,
wheels.
the owner of these, is a very dear friend of mine.
Oh, nice.
Joey, I must say, you seem to have a good eye for bikes as well as cars because he has a great collection of cars as well.
This is a beautiful collection. I have my eyes on the Dakar as well there.
Yeah.
I mean, that is something which is
I
really
think that's
beautiful.
his speciality actually. He
Yeah.
focuses a lot and he's very, very keen on the Dakar bikes.
The Paris Dakar, it's always
Yeah.
been the beauty. And I like the way he's maintained it. You know, it's
Yeah.
really beautiful. The R80, 1984.
And he doesn't just collect, he rides the bikes as
Oh,
well.
he rides the bike as well.
So he's
You can make out from the mud on the tires. This is nice.
good.
This is a beautiful collection here.
Yeah. Actually, I was surprised. I didn't know this was Joey's.
We need to give a shout out to Joey.
So these were the ones that caught your eye as well, right?
Yes. Now, if you see these bikes, I think if we both need to tour across, say you need to go across Europe from here,
Yeah.
that's when you get free. Then you need to sit on one of this, and I need to
Right.
sit on this. These
So
are
big.
one of the benchmarks in the cruising industry.
You know, they look big to a layman, but
No,
I believe they're very well balanced,
They're
right?
well balanced. If you see the size of the bike,
Yeah.
these are like 1800cc bikes. You'll find that the bike is very bulky.
Right.
But the moment you sit on the bike, the air suspension will set onto it,
Okay.
and then you'll be able to ride it. You won't
This
even
has
feel
an
the
air
weight.
suspension.
Yeah, and it even has a reverse gear.
Oh wow.
These are the only bikes which have a reverse gear, and I believe one of the older versions even came with a radar. You see, they have completely made for long touring
Right.
on the sport modes. If you see, cruising with the Harley is completely it's a different emotion altogether. It has that sound and everything.
Yeah.
With the rumble that you go with the big gang. But if you are a silent tourer, if you like to cruise like with your piece and like listen to
Right.
your music, this is the bike that you need to ride on. You can ride on for like 1,000 kilometers every day on this bike and not get tired.
It's like a Rolls Royce.
I said 1,000. Yeah, it's actually like a Rolls Royce in terms of the comfort for the pillion as well.
Right.
So it comes with Harman Kardon speakers. Yeah, during the olden times as well. These are the storage areas for the bike.
Right.
This is the 40th anniversary edition.
So you can really make long trips on this and have
Yes,
all your
yes,
stuff, carry everything.
Yeah, and it's very comfortable for long journeys, especially for the pillion.
Right.
What happens is when you are on a cruising bike, the pillion normally faces on a normal typical cruiser of any make. The pillion faces a lot of heat, which is not evident on this bike. That's the special part of this bike, and it's a beauty to the eye.
Yeah. And you were mentioning the older versions are the more sought after.
Yes, I would given me a chance to buy an older model or a new model, I would go for the older model anytime. You see the size, the new model, I think we have one displayed up there.
Yeah.
The new one is a more sleeker bike. It's more lean, more sleek, but the older one has more road presence.
What about for maintaining bikes like these?
Hondas are the cheapest
Yeah.
to maintain. Honda, Kawasaki, Japanese,
Right.
always. Unless if you want to buy a Ducati.
A funny story about Ducati.
Yeah.
That was a bike I learned how to ride on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice. Ducatis are one of the best bikes. Right now, Ducatis are dominating the track. If you see MotoGP,
Right.
the first top contenders are riding Ducati.
Yeah. After a
Ducati's
long
been
time.
there. Yes, yes. They're dominating the track.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. I haven't watched much MotoGP since Valentino Rossi kind of retired.
Oh.
Till then I used to watch a lot of that, the racing.
Yeah.
But since he retired, I've not really been that interested.
The 2024 MotoGP title was won by Jorge Martin,
Right.
and he was riding the Ducati. But now he's jumped from Ducati to factory racing for Aprilia. So he's riding for the factory team. So let's see. I think this year Aprilia might do wonders.
Tell me a little bit about your club, your riding club.
Goa Riding Club is basically it's more like a social club of bikers, and we have different type of bikes that we
How
organize.
many
But
members do you guys have?
right now we have around 170 members. We have restricted the membership now, so it's only on recommendation.
So how do you choose?
It's through member
a worthy
referral,
member?
and then we have around wherein we choose the member. It's not just on the type of bike that the member has. It's also on the background check and everything, and
Yeah.
then that's how we have a process. We have a panel of 6 people who
Right.
have been a part during the founding of the club. So we take a call and then we take the member. But the best part about Goa Riding Club is that we don't have a fixed set of rides, like not just superbike rides.
Okay.
We have long touring rides. Like once in 3 months, maybe we'll have a touring ride which will cross around like 780 kilometers or 800 in that range. Between
so, sorry,
700
how many
to
categories would you have?
we have right now we have around 4 categories of rides. We organize track rides, then we organize touring rides. We have the regular Sunday rides that we all go as a big team and identify good restaurants for a breakfast. More like a get together. And the best part of the 4th ride that I'm going to tell you is the trail ride that happens in the monsoons.
Okay.
Next time you come to Goa,
Yeah.
I'm going to take you for a trail ride. Because in the
That's
trail
starting
rides,
from the deep end.
yes, that Dakar R80 there, the Paris Dakar is what you will actually enjoy.
I'll ask Joey.
You
if
should
he can
ask Joey to come over.
Told me that.
Yes, because Goa has, apart from the beaches, you see Goa has lovely forest areas, and there are some lovely trails which go through water and all, and we go through those trail rides during monsoon, and that
Yeah.
is the best part.
Okay, good. I'll probably take you up on that.
And what do we have here?
Number one is Parsi owned.
Absolutely. Has to be a Parsi owner.
So I add a lot of value to that straight away.
Yes, this bike is very hard to find. It is one of the older generation.
What year would this be?
This should be something in the around 89, 90s.
Look how clean it is, huh?
It doesn't look. It looks like it's just 5-6 years old.
Amazing.
Fuel injection systems. So I think ideally it should be something between in 1990 to 1995 in that range.
Yeah.
1400 cc.
Wow.
4-cylinder.
I'm sure sound must be amazing.
Yeah, this is going to sound really crazy. Like there are two bikes which sound like F1 cars. This is one of it, and the second one is the Honda CB750. These are the two bikes that you
He put a exhaust system also. I think.
The Leovins, yes, it's a Leovins. This is the aftermarket. This is going to add a lot on the sound.
Right.
It's going to elevate the sound by at least 3-4 times the stock sound.
Yeah. It's lovely. It's
This
beautiful.
is definitely a Parsi-owned bike. You can see the way he's kept it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Absolutely gorgeous.
There it says factory hyperbike. Yes, that should have been the definition I should have given this. This is actually a hyperbike. 1400cc, GSX, naked engine. Something that nobody would miss out on the road the moment you start. You are on the road. Even in busy traffic, you'll have head turning on to you.
Lovely.
Wow, lovely.
Lovely. So I think these are more closer to your heart, the Ducatis.
Oh, yes. Ducati. Well, Ducatis are the Ferraris of the superbikers. You see,
Right.
a Ducati, once a person rides a Ducati, you can't move on to any other bike.
That's it. That's the final destination.
And what do we have here? We have a 899 Panigale. See, this is one of the first Ducatis that came in India with the underbelly exhaust. You see, the
Right.
exhaust system is below the belly. And it's very neatly, it's set up here. If you see this corner here, right here,
Yeah.
there's the underbelly exhaust.
Right.
So even till date, this must be around a 2014 or 15 model. But if you paint it back, and it will just look like it's launched for this era.
And how are they to ride? Because I remember they being quite hard. No?
Ducatis are not known for great sound, but they are known for great performance. If you see the performance of a Ducati, compare the performance of Ducati to any bike, any other super segment, well, they will outbeat them easily. But the riding position of these Panigales, these are more of track bikes.
Yeah.
If you ride them on the track, you will feel that you're gliding with the bike because the bike helps you a lot.
Very well balanced also.
It's well balanced. If you see the weight ratio is perfectly balanced. When you sit on the bike, you feel like you're sitting on a cycle. It's that light.
Right.
So especially when you're on a track, when you're attending a corner, the older versions of the Ducati, like the 899 and the 959, those are the twin cylinder ones. And now we have a V4 here as well, which is a 4-cylinder. The twin cylinders are good even on the big tracks and the small tracks, especially on the corners. They can carry the same speed of the corner. And being lightweight, these bikes can really do wonders on the track.
So this one, is this all stock? All these
No,
bearings is added on?
No, it's all added on. Like if you see the winglets are added on.
Yeah.
This is the V4.
Okay.
The latest one is the V4S. And now we have a 2025 V4 which is about to come. The V4 does not come with electronic suspension, but this is way more powerful. This is approximately around 213 bhp, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, between 213 and that odd. Crosses 300 kilometers per hour.
Okay, wow.
This is insanely fast.
Insane.
Yes.
I love the spec as well. It's got that Nardo grey
Yes,
color
Nardo
to
grey.
it, which makes it quite attractive.
Yes.
It's not the usual red or yellow Ducati that you would normally sort of come by.
Bigger version of this, the V4, is the V4S. Then you have the V4 SP, which is the most supercharged version.
Okay.
And then the king of all is the V4R, which would cost you 1 crore to buy.
Okay, that's expensive.
Yes. Like a V4 today would be something in the range of around 30, you would find one. The V4S would cross around 35 to 40.
And these, when they come to India, do they come in limited numbers that they say only so many allocated to India, or
No, it's on booking.
it's on booking?
But most of the dealers in India, like the dealers in Delhi, dealers in Pune, Bombay, they have
They
basic
get to
stock.
the access. They get to the access.
They let you there. They have the
And
basic
are
stock.
they limited, produced at the factory, or they're regular production?
No, they are limited. It's mostly basically on orders. so they don't manufacture them in bulk because there are very few users of Ducati.
Correct.
Or sports bikes basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Now about buying a Ducati and not customizing it is like a big sin. So
Okay.
if you want to really have the best of this bike, then if you see every other part that you have here, you end up customizing, you spend up at least around 8 to 10 lakhs customizing a Ducati. In fact, I don't see a exhaust on this bike.
Yeah.
But if I had to put a Akrapovic exhaust on this bike, something with 2 exhaust pipes coming up here, it would cost me 12 lakhs just for the exhaust.
Wow.
Map extra.
So when you buy bikes like this, you do modify them.
You
do
have to
customize.
if you want to if you are really into hardcore track usage, then you would like to add on something to enhance the power, you can make it as per tune it as per how you want it to be for your riding purpose.
Right, right.
But right now this bike, the Ducati V4, these engines, they are dominating the tracks across the world. Then we have the Dum Machales there. You want to take a look at that?
Come, let's go. So these are, I mean, what you hear a lot about. These are, people
Yeah.
get very excited about.
Well, this is something that came in limelight during the first movie of Doom, the Doom series. And you saw John Ibrahim trying to outbeat the cops on the Mumbai-Pune Expressway. He just pulls his helmet off and just puts it on the cop jeep, and he pushes the bike to 300.
Okay.
So ideally, what he did was not right. Like, you never get your helmet off when you're riding a bike. But what they showed that these bikes can touch 300. Yes, these bikes can actually go at 300 easily.
Right.
1300cc, roughly around 185 to 200 bhp.
Wow.
I think now the Gen 3 they have underpowered it to 185 bhp. The older ones are a little more.
So in cars, they used to have the forged turbos, and they used to call them the widow makers.
Yes.
So this kind of sounds.
No, the Widowmaker, the Widowmaker was the first bike that we saw.
Okay.
The RC8.
Right. Okay.
Because they say if you ride a KTM, if you don't know to handle it,
That's it.
that's it.
Okay.
That's your day. That's your last day.
So these are relatively, again, easier to ride.
These are
but,
very
but
easy
they
to
reach
ride.
the potential quite comfortably and reliable also.
See, this is for someone who really doesn't want to hit the track, but he wants to have a super bike in his house with tons of cubic capacity. When he presses the start button, you get that big woof of sound when you start the bike. And when he hits the throttle, you feel that there's a lot of torque hitting it in the tires. But ideally, this would be more for a short touring or Sunday
Yeah,
rides.
it's more cruising bike. Yeah, it's
But,
not
but
a
they are
racing.
beauties,
Yeah.
they came in limelight because of the movie, and I'm sure they must be on every schoolboy's cover.
Yeah. So BMW is close to me because, as you know, I've got a couple of these classic ones
Oh yes,
which are now under restoration.
Yes, I believe you have the old one with the carrier.
I've got one carrier, two without, the R69S, which is meant to be quite a rare bike.
When do we see them on the road?
They're just going for restoration, so I think it's taking another 6 to 8 months.
I think right now your Fiat is going through a paint job.
And my Fiat, I feel ashamed in front of these bikes because that car only has 17 bhp.
Okay, well, this is the S1000RR, the new edition. And yes, these are also track bikes. The older version of this bike is what you see right behind there. That's the older shape. These are the new shape.
Okay.
200 bhp plus, good power, rear glass, and very good handling. BMW comes with very, very good electronics. Even the suspension part of it is perfectly, you can tune it as per how you want it. There are different modes on it. You can ride it on different
Are they
modes as
popular?
per your-
BMWs are popular now? Or?
Very popular.
Oh, they are
BMW. In fact, I think the World Superbike, WSBK, which is like the MotoGP, is won by BMW.
Okay.
Top Rank. Top Rank is the winner of this. This is something which a stock Ducati 899 or a 959 would sound like, you see. twin cylinder. Not really the 4-cylinder whistles that you would really love to hear, but very powerful.
It doesn't have that deep whistling.
Yeah, because it's not a 4-cylinder bike,
Right.
so you will not get the whistle of the sound. But if you see the Honda,
Yeah.
you see how it sounds now.
Yeah.
I've not revved it. It's preparing to roar. It starts
What
breathing
cc
more.
is this?
400 cc. V4 engine. You see the sound is way better than this.
Yeah. Much better.
400 cc. That's it.
Yeah.
So as it keeps piling up on the cc bar, the keeping capacity, the sound will get bigger.
Yeah.
But the 4 cylinders, like this is a 4-cylinder bike, will sound way better than a twin cylinder or a 3-cylinder also. Two brothers racing exhaust.
Yeah.
This company is known for very good performance exhaust, aftermarket exhaust. Now
That's
you see the difference in this and this bike.
Yeah.
It's more heavier, it's more deeper.
Yeah.
Pops up.
Yeah.
Lot of flame. Sorry, Joey, we're not abusing your bikes. We just love the sound.